The demon, Bacalor, had once again sent his son to kill them. Grub? Thoric's eyes widened and his mouth opened as he stood speechless for a moment. But Ruman killed him. Santorray stepped in front of Thoric to protect him. However, in doing so, Grub could tell exactly where the Blothrud was. Without eyes, the lesser demon used the vibrations in the ground to determine his enemy's locations. Opening his gaping mouth, which spanned his stomach, intense flames rolled out of Grub as he faced Santorray. Then, without hesitation, he charged at the two travelers in the glade. "Run!" Thoric swiveled around and followed his own advice. "Split up," Santorray said. "He can't follow us both." Grub ran halfway before folding up his arms and legs and rolled after them. The massive heat pouring out of the lesser demon scorched a path in the earth as it increased its speed. Thoric veered off to the left and Santorray to the right. Spheres increased their speed from the energy of all three being within the glade perimeters. Lightning struck inside some. Others were completely black. Nearly a third of them had sun shining within their barrier's grasp. Looking back to see which one of them Grub was chasing, Thoric had mixed feelings about finding the molten mass rolling behind him. Banking to the left and then tumbling to the right, Thoric used every trick he knew to lose his chaser. Unfortunately, the small gains he made were quickly lost when he ran straight. "Get him near a sphere." Santorray followed from behind, carrying a large branch he had pulled from one of the deformed trees. Thoric turned and dodged a near-fatal attack from Grub. "Why?" he yelled to his friend. "Get as close as you can and I'll knock him into it." It may not have been a good plan, but at least it was a plan. Thoric knew he couldn't keep running forever. Seeing a cluster of spheres all rising up near each other, he figured it would increase the odds of Santorray being able to knock Grub into one of them as they ran nearby. Darting off in a new direction, Thoric added a few feet between himself and the lesser demon as they both raced toward the spheres, with the Blothrud following behind with his bulky wooden weapon. By the time they reached the cluster of spheres, Grub was on Thoric's heels as the creature's heat began to burn the numb's back. Struggling to catch up with them, Santorray leaped forward with all his might and swung at the lesser demon while still flying in the air. Smacking the fiery mass with the end of the thick branch, the wood immediately ignited into a huge torch, as Grub went rolling into one of the winter spheres with an ice storm coating everything in sight. Crashing to the ground, Santorray almost impaled himself with the other side of the tree limb. Thoric skidded to a halt and ran back to his large friend. "You did it!" "Not so fast. We're not safe yet." Santorray peered up to witness a few more spheres emerge on their other side. They were now surrounded by them. They were trapped. A flash from within one of the darker spheres caught Thoric's eyes. He looked inside of it to witness a battle of magic. "The spheres are moving faster. We'll have to make a quick escape once an opening presents itself." "No time!" Santorray yelled as Grub launched himself back out of the sphere he had rolled into. His crusted-over mass flung through the air, striking the branch that Santorray quickly pulled up to block himself with. Igniting the branch, the thick wood had prevented Grub from touching the Blothrud, but the impact knocked him backward. Santorray's fall pushed both he and Thoric into the sphere the numb had been looking at. They fell backward in time, and into the actual battle which had carved the glade into a place of danger. They were now in the middle of the Alchemist and Erudite war, and the night air was electrified with magic. Grub followed in after them into the glade of the past. Seeing him arrive, Santorray rolled to his feet and swung his flaming club, knocking the glowing mass out of the glade toward one of the two battling sides. In doing so, his branch exploded into 1,000 splinters. His weapon was destroyed. "We need to get back out of the sphere before it closes," Thoric yelled over the pounding noise of the battle. The only noticeable sight of their passageway, from their side of the sphere, was a slight hue change in what appeared to be the inside of an arched piece of glass, a section of glass which was getting smaller by the moment. The location of the sphere was unnoticeable for anyone not specifically looking for it.